All right, here I am at the Kirk Road Railroad Crossing in Vassar, Michigan. Now, this crossing right here is a rather classic mast signal setup crossing owned by the Huron and Eastern Port Huron subdivision. And once again, after doing some more research, the subdivision in this video is actually not the Port Huron subdivision. It's actually this mystery branch line, well, mystery to me branch line that goes up north and gets cut off and abandoned near Columbia Township. So if you guys know about this little subdivision that splits off north from Vassar or northeast from Vassar, please comment below and correct me. So thank you. Which is a short line subdivision that divides off from Saginaw, and it continues on its way east to Port Huron. And right here is pretty much the Vassar area of this short line. And after doing more research, this crossing, not this crossing, but this subdivision is apparently abandoned in Port Huron, but it's, I guess, active everywhere else, other than like the last other few control points or mileposts in around Port Huron. You can see some deer down there already. And this crossing is a rather, like I said, this crossing's a rather classic mast signal setup, and it's also in a very rural area. You can see the roads. It's like, this definitely has a northern Michigan vibe. And like I said, you can see some deer down there. So I guess with all that said, I'll explain everything as I go on. So I guess with that said, let's get to it. So for the first signal, this has a clamp-on style base. I believe this is WRRS. And here's the emergency information. The dot tag and the dot number is 512383U. And if you look up here, there's an old TSBY dot tag or old N dot tag. But yeah, and for the lights on this one, this has two pairs of Modern Industries 12 by 20 inch incandescent lights, all sitting on a Satran light bracket. And for a bell, this has a WRRS mechanical bell. Now, initially, I actually found this crossing on Google Maps initially thinking that this bell might have been a Modern Industries mechanical bell, but it's not, so it's WRRS mechanical bell. And if you look to the side for extra lights, this has one WRRS 8-inch clear incandescent light, as you can see. Now, this light right here, all it pretty much does is indicate that to the train or to the crew on the train that the crossing is working. So that's pretty much what it does there. So I guess with all that said, let's go ahead and shake this signal to see what this bell sounds like. So let's get on to it. Shake it hard enough. Oh, nice. This is like an early WRS mechanical bell. Has that, like, I wouldn't say brass sound to it, but it sounds like, you know, first generation-y, if that makes sense. So yeah, that right there was the first signal. Quite a neat setup. Now let's move on to the second signal. So for this one, which is similar to the first, kind of, this has another WRS clamp-on style base. I believe it's WRS. I can't really find any lettering on it, so I'm just going to take a guess and say it's WRS. You can see that it has the old steps on the mast, and these ones in particular are rusty to the point where you can't step on them safely. So here's the emergency information once again. And for the lights, this has two pairs of Western Cullen Hayes 12 by 20 inch incandescent lights with the striped lens too. Pretty neat. And these are all sitting on a GRS light bracket. Maybe he's replaced some GRS lights in the past. And this has no bell on it, just a little finial top. You can see that this crossing also features another one of these clear incandescent lights, 8-inch WRS. So that right there was the Kirk Road crossing in Vassar. Here's the relay case, which is very tiny. Has a Satran box next to it, well attached to it. Pretty neat. And so, and it has a little indicator right on the side. Little indicator. So with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at the track view. Down there is heading north towards a curve. Not exactly sure what this heads to. You can see that this line is pretty much consistent of jointed rail. And down there is heading south towards more towards the Vassar area. This is where it connects back into that little storage yard right by the Huron and Eastern Headquarters. So I guess with all that said, this was the Vassar Road, Kirk Road Railroad crossing here in Vassar, Michigan. Pretty neat stuff. Hopefully sometime I'll get to see a train here. So with that said, over and out.